We welcome you to Soldier Field, one of the oldest NFL stadiums still here today, where we have a massive matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears here on ASC. The Eagles, they're coming off a huge blowout win against the New Orleans Saints last week, and in a tough division where the Giants and the Cowboys both look significantly better from last year, every win counts. As for the Bears, they're coming off a loss to the Bengals where they had a 13-point lead just to lose by 4. They're looking for a huge rebound today against the Philadelphia Eagles as we get ready to kick off here in Chicago. Jake Elliott kicks us off. We're on our way here in Soldier Field. This will be a touchback in the end zone by Grant. Justin Fields. It was all right last week. They didn't turn over the ball. They only allowed 1 sack. Of course, it was on 4th down in the game-deciding sack. But today, a lot of hope out of Matt Eberflus and this Bears squad as Justin Fields looks to get the Bears their first win of the 2022 season as they start from the 25. Second down and goal from the 3. Fields under center. Give Montgomery to the outside and in a great first drive by the Bears. They find their way into the end zone and they tack on 6. Montgomery had a lot of yards last week against Cincinnati, and he also had a touchdown, second of the year for him. This one from 3 yards out, had one from 6 yards out last week against the Bengals. And now on to attempt the extra point is Santos to try and give the Bears a 7-0 advantage. As Philadelphia, they were not down at all last week against the Saints. This is their first time being down this season. Here's the extra point from Santos. And the Bears are up 7-0 at home in front of a packed crowd here in Soldier Field. 2nd and 3. Fields under center, changing the play. Handoff, Montgomery, who's got room. David Montgomery, gonna take it to the house. His first was from 3, and this one from 33. And the Bears, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. David Montgomery, have yourself a first quarter. Now they're up 13-0, and this Eagles team, who was slow to start, did not find much on offense. Now their defense allowing a big run. Montgomery had almost 100 yards against the Bengals, and now already has over 50 in the first quarter against the Eagles, who had a great rushing attack last week against Kamara and the Saints. As here is Santos to make it 14-0, and he easily will. What a start rushing for the Bears. As now first down and 10, and this will end the quarter. Eagles on the move, down 14-0 here in Chicago. From the 12, first down and 10, we welcome back to Soldier Field. Here's a give to Sanders, who breaks through. Sanders breaking all kinds of tackles, and he tumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders from 12 yards out. And it's the 3rd rushing touchdown of this game. And this time the Eagles bounce back and they're able to punch their way in. Miles Sanders, 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders can't stop him from getting into the end zone. And this is this tough Eagles mentality now under Nick Sirianni. He said this team was going to be very different going into this year. And you can see that being a factor right there. Miles Sanders, very tough, aggressive running. As here's Jake Elliott now to attempt the kick and set the Eagles now down by 7, and he will. What a response from Philadelphia. They're clawing their way back in. As now a crucial 3rd and 3. Fields now in the shotgun. Cohen to the right. Fields gets sacked. The ball is out on the ground and recovered by the Eagles. A costly fumble from Fields. That's his first turnover of the season. And the Eagles, who got 3 takeaways last week against the Saints, got 1 in the second quarter. How about Reddick knocking it out? And now Jalen Hurts and the Eagles will come out in the red zone. From the 3, first and goal. Hurts to throw, and he's got it. Devontae Smith, second-year player out of Alabama, catches his second touchdown of the season. And boy, oh boy, he's been a big factor in Jalen Hurts' career. Of course, Hurts' first full year as a starter last year, they made the wild card round. Smith had a great season a year ago. Now with A.J. Brown, of course, the targets have gone a little bit down, but still so far that number one role has been Devontae Smith, and he gets the touchdown there. And now the Eagles, in just a span of about 2 minutes, can tie up this game. Kick is up and through. We are tied now at 14. As now Fields and company set up from just inside the 30. 2nd and 3. Fields, time, pass picked! Darius Slay trying to take it back, and he gets wrapped up by Mooney. Slay had one last week against New Orleans. He's got one here. And the Eagles get a huge takeaway from the 25. Eagles looking for the lead. From the 14. Hurts under center. Give. Sanders. Wide open hole. Powers his way in. Touchdown. Eagles. How about 20 unanswered points? Now 13 of those from Miles Sanders. An unbelievable comeback by the Eagles alone in the second quarter. 2 takeaways, a fumble from Fields, and now a pick from Fields leads into a touchdown in the second of the day for Sanders, who was close. Looks like just got the ball over the plane. And now the Eagles a good chance to go up by 7 here after an explosive offensive drive there. 21-14, the Eagles in front, 21 unanswered points, all of them in the second. And this is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 21-14, Eagles lead it in Soldier Field. First down and 10 from the 18. Clock is running. Hurts in the shotgun, back to pass. With time for the end zone, Quez Watkins with his first career touchdown. Younger brother of Sammy Watkins, and Quez going to celebrate in the end zone his first touchdown. Had a couple of long catches last year, but none of them saw the end zone. This one from about 17 yards out, and what a throw from Hurts on the money to Quez Watkins, and now 27 second quarter points by the Eagles in this new look explosive offense, which they didn't have last year. They only averaged about 21 points per game. 34 against the Saints, now trying to eclipse 28 against Chicago. The kick is up and through. 28-14, Eagles on top. And now we have hit halftime. 28-14, Philadelphia. All of the control over Matt Eberflus's defense there. Justin Fields, 2 turnovers in the quarter. And Philly will go into the halftime up by 14. 28 second quarter points, though. Jake Elliott on to attempt the field goal to get Philadelphia up by 17. Kick is up and through. 31 unanswered now for the Eagles. They are in cruise control as Jake Elliott's leg hits it very accurately from about 50 yards. 4th and goal, Eagles going for it. Up by 17. This is a weird choice by Nick Sirianni to go for it. Hurts to throw. And he's got A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Second of the year for A.J. Brown, and his second as an Eagle as well. And the Eagles, who decide why not, or from the 1, might as well go for it. And they convert it through the air. I think the Bears expected a run play with Sanders or Boston Scott, but instead, it's A.J. Brown who gets the touchdown. It's been a quiet day for Brown. He has 4 receptions, 63 yards, add a touchdown to that list as well. And, of course, got traded here on draft day with Tennessee. And he's been nothing but help improve this team with Jalen Hurts, who has drastically stepped up to become an elite quarterback in the league. As Jake Elliott knocks it up and through. How about 38 unanswered points for those Eagles? As we get ready to hit the 4th quarter, 1st and 10. Bears start from the 25. Pitch to Montgomery, who lost the ball on the ground, scooped up by Reddick, who's going to run it in. Touchdown, Eagles! What is happening here in Soldier Field? The defense with their 3rd takeaway of the game for the 2nd week in a row. And it's Hassan Reddick with the scoop and score all the way to the house. What a game by the Eagles. Well, more like what a second and third quarter by the Eagles. Dormant in the first quarter, and now they tack on 45 unanswered on the Bears. And we have another team that's going to hit 45 points this week, and we're not even at the end of the third. 3rd down and 1. Bears trying to fight back into this game. It would be one heck of a comeback if they did. Here's a give, and Montgomery's going to have his 3rd touchdown of the game. They still have plenty of time. The largest NFL comeback was by the Vikings in 2017 when they came back down at 23-0. This would be a huge comeback. This would be down by 21. As Montgomery, they're going to tack on 6, and that's his 3rd of the day, 4th of the season already. And those fantasy owners are going to love having David Montgomery in the lineup, as he drove through a couple of Eagles, and good way to come back, but it all depends up to the defense if they can stop the Eagles' offense. As now the Bears will try and go down by 14 now. As the kick by Santos is up and through, and it's still a long way to go for the Bears, down by 24, trying to come back down 31. First down and goal from the 3 with 3 minutes to go. Hurts now to throw. He's got a catch. What a grab! DeVonta Smith got his 2nd of the day in double coverage. That's a hard play to make, and the Eagles go back up by 30. What a play. And that was an amazing catch. Look at DeVonta Smith. Double coverage with Johnson, and I couldn't tell the other Bear in there, but 2nd of the day, and his first career game with 2 touchdowns as well. And the Eagles are the first team to put up 50 this year. 52-21. Philadelphia has done nothing but score. 2-minute warning. Philly up 52-21 against Chicago. And the Bears, it was just not fun after the first quarter. 7 points in 3 quarters. Philly, 52 points. 28 of those coming in the second quarter. As what a job by this defense. 3 takeaways, 2 fumbles, one of them scoop and score, and an interception by Darius Slay. Justin Fields gets his first career 200-yard game. Jalen Hurts played very well today, and a great day by 2 dual-threat quarterbacks through the air, more than rushing. But now the Bears will fall to 0-2 and have a pretty big hole to dig out of the NFC North. Philly in the NFC East, they go to 2-0. Of course, the Commanders, Giants, and Cowboys all lost week 1, but the Giants and Cowboys look way more competitive than they do last year, so it's going to be interesting to see how they perform. Eagles win 52-21 over the Bears, and like I said when the game was over, Philly, they've got some competition in the NFC East this year, so this was good to show that they are clearly the favorite. Hurts, 20 for 27, 245, 4 passing touchdowns for him. Sanders, 2 rushing TDs, 7 touchdowns in total for the Eagles. I mean, it was just a perfect day for them. Fields didn't do too bad, didn't have any touchdowns. The pick was bad, but 243, new career best for him. This is ASC, signing off.